My friends, many years ago, the Supreme Court refused to define pornography. The Supreme Court justice said, but I know it when I see it. And we know what's normal and what's not when we see it. Item from the westerntribune.com. A prominent psychiatrist, former psychiatrist-in-chief at Johns Hopkins Hospital, Dr. Paul McHugh, claims that transgender individuals suffer from a form of mental illness and that people who endorse gender reassignment are in fact supporting a mental disorder. According to CNS News, quote, Dr. Paul R. McHugh, former psychiatrist-in-chief for Johns Hopkins Hospital and its current distinguished service professor of psychiatry, said that transgenderism is a mental disorder that merits treatment, that sex change is biologically impossible, and that people who promote sexual reassignment surgery are collaborating with and promoting a mental disorder. Dr. McHugh, the author of 6 books and at least 125 peer-reviewed medical articles, made his remarks in a recent commentary in the Wall Street Journal, where he explained that transgender surgery is not the solution for people who suffer a disorder of assumption, the notion that their maleness or femaleness is different than what nature assigned to them biologically. He also reported on a new study showing that the suicide rate among transgendered people who had reassignment surgery is 20 times higher than the suicide rate among non-transgender people. Dr. McHugh further noted studies from Vanderbilt University and London Portman Clinic of children who had expressed transgender feelings, but for whom over time 70 to 80% spontaneously lost those feelings, unquote. So, my friends, let's put an end to the PC crap, shall we? There's nothing normal about someone feeling he's a man in a woman's body or a woman in a man's body. Nothing normal about wanting to have your genitalia surgically changed. There's something wrong with a man dressing and acting like a woman by definition and vice versa. So what do? We stop being enablers. When you see someone who's transgender, instead of saying, wow, I respect your courage, say to them, my friend, I have compassion for you. I want to help you. You need to get yourself to a psychiatrist, some other mental health professional, and get help. That's the compassionate thing to do. That's the loving thing to do. Telling sick people it's okay if they're sick, not compassionate, not loving, not acceptable. It's Wednesday. It's real truth. I'll be right back.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution.
American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown reminds parents, keep an eye on your child while shopping. Children tend to stray or become lost. This poses an opportunity for a would-be abductor. Please make every effort to keep track of your little one at all times. If you have information regarding a lost child, call local authorities at once. This message is from American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown. For residential or commercial window tinting, call 303-263-4228. Piccolo's Restaurant in Denver reminds us that 750,000 children were reported last year. 58,000 of these were abducted by non-family members. Keep an eye out for youngsters at play. If you see anything suspicious, contact the authorities immediately. This message from Piccolo's Restaurant in Denver. It's not only the best Italian and Mexican cuisine, it's the people who care. Give them a call at 303-757-5166. 303-757-5166. Piccolo.
My my friends, can you ever imagine a coup d'etat happening in the United States? Well, you don't have to imagine it. It's happening right now. Here's Rush Limbaugh. So, my friends, let me ask you a question. Sorry to interrupt, Rush. The next time, and there will be a next time, maybe even today, the next time you're watching or listening to the media, they say, oh, rumors about Donald Trump, accusation Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Why would you continue to listen? Why wouldn't you simply click it off or change the channel? You know it's crap. You know it's a lie. Why even listen to it? Why give away the fleeting moments of your life to listening to garbage? I've already said to you many times, if you're watching CNN at this point, you got to be an idiot. Because you know they're lying to your face. Same for MSNBC, CBS, ABC, NBC. They all lie to you. Why do you watch them? Stop. And if you start hearing, oh, questions being raised about Donald Trump, it's garbage. Don't even waste your time with it. Back to Rush. In other words, everything is false. Everything's a lie. Everything's fake. Everything's a sham. And you've had to listen to it now for what? Better part of a week? Doesn't that make you angry? Aren't you angry at CNBC and CNN and all the other major media networks for trying hard to convince you of something that turns out to be nothing, like the whole Russian collusion thing? After almost an entire year, it turned out to be a whiff of air. Nothing. The major media lies to you every single day. Don't give them your money. Don't give them your time. We'll be back.
Great Plains Power has been providing reliable electrical systems in the Rocky Mountain area since 1992. Our systems rely on the sun to make you self-reliant for your power needs. Solar energy can be scaled to fit any situation, from complete power independence to backup power for the short term. Our expertise focuses on standalone power, but we have extensive experience with utility interactive systems that custom tailored capabilities on emergency lighting all the way to commercial scale power. Great Plains Power is a full service company. We service everything we sell. We provide and design turnkey packages, custom design system, and parts for do-it-yourself. With more than 20 years of specialized experience at your disposal, let us know what your power concerns or total cost. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-239-9963. Or go to greatplainsolar.com.
The Lord is the counsel of the nations to nothing. He makes the plans of the people of no sense. The counsel of the Lord stands forever, the plans of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose God is the people he has chosen as his own inheritance. Psalm 33, verses 10 through 12.
We hope these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. This is the American News Network.
All right, guys, this is from earlier today. Ann Coulter on the Mark Simone Show. If you don't know Mark Simone, he's a radio talk show host who's able to get guests like Ann Coulter. And my friends, let me jump in here. The fact that Loretta Lynch is not under investigation shows something really, really sick with America. Really venal in America. If you walked into a 7-Eleven, pocketed a Snickers bar and walked out, there'd be an employee on you, a cop on you, you'd be in jail within 15 minutes. Loretta Lynch, head of the Justice Department, just as Ann Coulter said, meeting with Hillary Clinton's husband as Hillary Clinton is under investigation and she's never been prosecuted for this. It's cancer in America. It's a cancer that everybody says, oh yeah, well that's how the world works. Well, my friends, that's not how the world's supposed to work, and we're supposed to fix it. It's a cancer in America that the influential, the elite, the powerful, they don't get called on the carpet. They don't get brought to justice. There's a separate justice for them, and it's killing this country. Let's go back to Ann Coulter and Mark Simone. My friends, if you will, I want you to go out, get a copy of the New York Times, get a copy of the Washington Post, bring them home. What's that? No, I don't want you to read them. I'm saying in case you run out of toilet paper, you should have those two papers on hand. The New York Times and the Washington Post, excellent for use as substitute toilet paper. Is there another use for them? Well, maybe if you have to wrap fish or put them in the bottom of a bird cage. That's all they're good for. My friends, there's one good thing to come out of the fact that liberals are screaming, treason, treason, treason. Because when they're screaming treason, 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 they're not screaming racist, racist, racist. Liberals have a two-word vocabulary, which means they're up 50%. The Russians did buy Hillary Clinton, and they didn't get their money. They got 20% of our uranium, but they also got a crazed hag. Most of America thinks of now as a punchline. Joe and Mika Brzezinski, Joe Scarborough, two media whores, two liars, two propagandists. It's a tragedy that two people like that have television time every day. They're working against the United States of America. They're working against you, my friends. If you've never watched their show, you're missing nothing. They're two morons. My only concern is that they're going to get married. They may procreate. My friends, if they want to do something for America, the people in Congress, the Democrats in Congress, can begin hurling themselves out of windows. There is nothing the Democrats can do and remain Democrats that will help America. We'll take a break. Real Truth will be back.
we have extensive experience with utility interactive systems, custom tailored capabilities, modest emergency lighting, all the way to commercial scale power. Great Plains Power is a full-service company. We service everything we sell. We provide and design turnkey packages, custom design system, and parts for do-it-yourself. With more than 20 years of specialized experience at your disposal, let us know what your power concerns or goals are. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-239-9963. Or go to greatplainsolar.com. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John bore witness of him and cried out, saying, This was he of whom I said, He who comes after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 14 and 15. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Hey, I told you I'd be back. What are you complaining about? The name is Howard Riell. The name of the show is Real Truth, but you know that already. Let's talk some more about this Russian crap, and crap it is. There's absolutely nothing to it in almost a year. Not one single individual piece of proof has been shown by anybody. It's pure fantasy. Here's Rush Limbaugh talking about it. By the way, my friends, I have had that experience. Now, how can the media just be losing their minds? That's a hell of a statement to make. Well, I'll tell you how. Think about it. Over the course of the last several decades, sanity has become prized less and less and less. It began with the anti-hero. No more John Wayne. Now we want people like Al Pacino. Those are the new heroes. And little by little, what was good and solid and stable and rational and normal, what? That fell out of fashion. Nobody wants that anymore. Give me what's odd. Give me what's... Well, what I used to tell my daughter about the Harry Potter movies, each one is increasingly dark and edgy. Give me something abnormal. Give me something weird, something freaky. Okay, you got it. The Democrat Party. And everything they're hurling at Trump, all lies. The fact that they will no longer do their jobs, they're for resistance now, which means they won't lift a finger to help America. It's crazy. Because we've come to prize craziness. We not only allow it, we respect it now. We expect it. We get a kick out of it. My friends, it's poison. Insane is insane. Nobody wants to be insane. They may say they do, they don't really. People want to be able to use their brains normally. And so we need to value normalcy. Does that make sense? Back to Rush. and they were all crap. Remember? My friends, no mas. Remember the no mas fight? Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard? I'm old enough to remember it. It was the second time they fought. The first time, Duran had hurt Leonard. The second time, Duran could not get a glove on Leonard. Leonard was too fast, too quick, darting here and there, couldn't be hit. It drove Duran so insane that in the middle of the fight, he said no mas and just stopped fighting and walked away. That was basically the end of his career and the end of his legend. That's what's driving the media and the liberals so crazy. Just like Duran was driven crazy, they can't lay a glove on Trump. They thought they got him with that. Now they got him with this. Here's a recording of that. Here's someone who says this. And none of it sticks because none of it's real. They cannot lay a glove on Trump, and it's driving them to distraction. Now, if it drives them to suicide, well, we won't go there. Nothing would be lost just between you and me. There is nothing. If there was any dirt on Trump, we would have heard about it a very long time ago. All he is a decent, sincere guy who's trying his best to fix what's broken in America. The Democrats don't want to see what's broken in America fixed. They prefer a broken America. That's the tragedy of the Democrats. We'll take a break and we'll come back. More Real Truth, my friends. That much I promise. Go nowhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Thomas, founder of Sure. Well, it had to happen. When Colorado legalized marijuana, most people thought the green herb was a marijuana dispensary. Although it was legalized on January 1st, 2014, the same day we opened our new location at 4565 Kipling Street, 1.5 blocks south of I-70. There are 83,000 cars a day passing in front of our new location at Kipling Street, and most of them thought we were a marijuana dispensary. So we changed the name of our retail store to New Genesis Health, but we kept the name of our green herb supplement. So when you come to our new location, look for our new name, New Genesis Health, or call us at 888-765-HERB. That's 888-765-4372. And be sure to listen to the Healthy Nature Show with Linda Phillips every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Now this is the testimony of John, and priest and Levite from Jerusalem to ask him, who are you? He confessed and did not deny, but confessed, I am not the Messiah. And they asked him, what then? Are you Elijah? He said, I am not. Are you the prophet? And he answered, no. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 19, 21. The associates at your 24-hour walk students, not the other one. No one anywhere is more noble, righteous, thankful, and courageous than our United States Armed Forces. These brave men and women and their families, both the bill for our freedom every day, and the military care package today to let them know that they are in our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts. This message is from the Associate at your 24-hour Walmart solution on Highway 287 in Lafayette. They're on the air because they care.
My friends, you know I've become a big fan of Faith Goldie. Young woman up in Canada who's got her head screwed on exactly right, good conservative girl. And when I put her videos on, she makes perfect sense. She's logical. She's got both feet on the ground. That's why I keep playing her on my show. Here she is. You'll find this. I'll post this on my Facebook page, Real Truth Radio. It's called The Coming Millennial Civil War. It's not a movie from Marvel. The Coming Millennial Civil War. Here we go. Faith Goldie. Stop. Sorry, Faith. Wrong. Here's what the left did. Their marketing did not convince Americans that America's bad or that America should have a welfare state. What they did, starting with Ted Kennedy and the immigration law, they brought in ringers. They brought in third world people to become Americans by bringing them in, promising them handouts and welfare and medical benefits and etc., food stamps, what have you. They bought ringers. They brought in people who want the welfare state. They never convinced the majority of Americans that they were right. They simply brought in people who, by definition, wanted what they were selling, which was your money and mine. So, Faith is right in what she's saying, but she got that part wrong. Americans, the majority of Americans, have never been convinced that the left has the proper view of the world. We know they don't. We know they're cracked. But a whole bunch of people from the third world who want free stuff were brought here by the Democrats, and they swear fealty to the Democrats forever. And as they become citizens, suddenly the tipping point is reached. Which is why a piece of trash like Hillary Clinton almost became president. You get rid of the people who've been brought here in the last 40 years for free stuff, suddenly no more Hillary Clinton. We'll take a break. We'll wrap it up. More Real Truth, my friends. Don't go anywhere.
If you're taking 1, 2, 5, or 4 supplements, please stop. Simplify your supplementation with Bio Superfood, the most advanced nutritional whole food supplement you can buy. Kids, women, children, even Olympic athletes the world over have discovered Bio Superfood from BioAge.com. And now it's just one nutritional supplement instead of the Bio Superfood formulas are whole food products composed with four of the most nutrient-dense algae found on Earth. Bio Superfood for the brain helps with focus, memory, and if you can freeze brain health, the rest of the body is a no-brainer. Bio Superfood and low toxicity and is safe for you and your family. And order your Bio Superfood formulas at BioAge.com. Spelled BIOGE.com. BioAge.com. Or call 877-288-9116. That's 877-288-9116. BioAge. The age of organic.
And of his fullness we have all received, and grace for grace. For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. No one has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, who is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him. Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 16. Elizabeth Lockerman reminds us that the drug problem is well done. We know our kids will be approached. We want to applaud the young community who has no drugs. They provide examples to their peers and families to be the best they can be. As for Elizabeth Lockerman, located at 366 Grass Street in Wood, serving our area since 1943 and specializing in natural THC and pork and complete custom process. Call 303-688-2240. That's 303-688-2240.
All right, time for the lightning round. You ready? Here we go. Item from the Daily Mail: an illegal immigrant who's been removed from the United States 7 times had consumed 12 beers and was driving 100 miles an hour when he crashed his van and killed a father of 3. Nimias Garcia Velasco, 32, who's from Mexico, was going over 100 miles an hour when he lost control of his 2001 Dodge Ram, a work van, and crashed, killing 58-year-old Silvano Torres. Unquote. Mr. Trump, build that freaking wall already. Item from the Daily Express: Syrian refugees will be given a 7-bedroom home in one of the most desirable parts of Britain. It was revealed last night. The furnished end-of-terrace home, valued at over $500,000, has been empty for 2 years, but is now reserved for imminent arrivals by Rother Council, which has 1,132 people waiting for social housing. Immigrants are being given a 7-bedroom house, my friends, while Brits, native-born people, are waiting for small apartments. Make sense? Item from InfoWars. A political science professor in Pennsylvania says Democrats need to worry because the generation replacing their millennial allies on college campuses has a distinct libertarian streak. Jeff Brower, professor at Keystone College, has been gathering data on Generation Z. Recently told the New York Post he expects the rising generation of college students to differ markedly from those currently dominating campus culture. Politically, Generation Z is liberal moderate with social issues like support for marriage equality and civil rights, and moderate conservative with fiscal and security issues, Brower said. While many are not connected to the two major parties and lean independent, Gen Z's inclinations generally fit modern Republicans. Notably, Brower's research has indicated that growing up in an age of constant terror threats, school shootings, and economic instability has led Gen Z to prize economic stability and security more highly than millennials. Item from Minnesota.cbslocal.com. A small Minnesota town is getting a lot of attention for a satanic monument coming to their Veterans Park. The monument going up for the Satanic Temple, which features an upturned helmet atop a black cube, will soon be at the site of the Veterans Memorial Park in Belle Plaine. It's being built by a group of Satanists out of Massachusetts, and it will be the first satanic monument on public property in United States history. The city is allowing the monument to be built after a religious freedom group threatened to sue over another statue, which features a soldier praying over a grave marked with a cross. City officials say the memorial, which is not inside the park yet, is finished, but they're still working out a date for when it will go in. Unquote. My friends, I don't have to tell you how absolutely insane and obscene this is. Satanists are sick and demented people, and their trash, garbage beliefs should never, ever be countenanced in the public sphere. And it's yet another sign, one of many, of what a sick and twisted direction this country's headed in. And it's up to decent, hardworking, honest Americans like you and like me to straighten this mess out. When Satan is given a place in the public sphere and the 10 Commandments are deemed to be unconstitutional, you know we got major, major problems. It absolutely turns my stomach, as I'm sure it does you, which is why you called in to talk to me today, right? Right. I'll be back tomorrow with more Real Truth, my friends. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay angry. Hasta lumbago.